This is Maddie. What's up?
Yeah.
Hello and good morning. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Maddie. I am an Ifbb Pro. If you are not new here, yeah, that's right. Welcome back to my channel. It is so great to have you here. Thank you so much for sharing this journey with me and for taking part in it. I have met so many of you now, either in person last weekend at the women's conference or over on my Instagram page, where you guys will slide into my DMs or I will slide into your DMs and get to know a little bit about you. That's the coolest thing about YouTube and social media. Yeah, I know it gets a bad rap sometimes, but it makes a small sport feel a lot more intimate, makes me feel a lot more connected to people, and allows us to share our wins and our struggles and all the things together. So nonetheless, thank you so much if you guys have reached out to me or if I've reached out to you, that you have partook, I think that's the word, in conversation with me. I really love that. Without further ado though, today is Tuesday. Today is check-in day. So I just checked in with my coaches. We're working on my pro debut routine. So that needs some kinks brushed out of it nonetheless. But it's also like the sun is rising here in Florida. That's what I'm looking out at, but it's also like not rising. Like it's disgusting out. And the lighting was kind of weird. So we'll see what happens. I'm curious to know what my coaches are going to do though. Right now, my cardio is at none, zero, nada. And my training just got revamped. Yesterday, I had like the hardest glute day of my entire life. I'm training glutes 3 days a week right now, or lower 3 days a week, and then upper twice. No. Lower 3 days a week, upper 3 times. I think upper 3, lower 3. Cardio's at none. Macros are high. So that's actually what I'm going to do with you guys in this week's video, is I'm going to take you through a full day of eating. I think my macros might be at, I want to say, let me check, because I don't want to give you the wrong stuff. Okay. Not that anybody cares, but I don't want to give you the wrong thing. Okay. So confirmed macros are 150 protein, 220 carbs, 75 fat. And I share that with you. I know a lot of like YouTubers and bikini competitors will say like, don't eat my macros. Like you're not going to look like me. And you probably won't. I'm not saying that to be rude. I'm just saying every body is different. I have athletes that are leaner than me and eating more than me. But with that being said, eat them. Like, try them out if you want to. I don't care. At least you're going to be eating enough. I mean, don't, but do. Who cares? I like to share, so the more the merrier. I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys the first thing that I make up in the morning. So this is apple cider vinegar, 1 ounce, 2 ounces of aloe vera, half an ounce of lemon juice, and then I take a little bit of my morning drink, which is Tropicana Zero, a scoop of Glutagenics, a scoop of Bloat Ease, and then 3 droppers of chlorophyll. And I just pour it in here to kind of dilute the apple cider vinegar. And then a lot of you guys have been asking for, dun, dun, dun. Oh, I just cooked my oatmeal. Oh, only for 2 minutes. Okay, we're good there. My Ninja Creamy recipe. So without further ado, I'm gonna spill the tea. Okay? It is 10 grams sugar-free pudding mix. I've been mixing. I'm a mixologist with these creamies, okay? Vanilla, butterscotch, sugar-free, stevia, Trader Joe's only. We don't go anywhere but Trader Joe's for our stevia. And if you can't find it at your store, I'm sorry, I bought it all. Organic, alcohol-free vanilla. I do not like any other vanilla but the Trader Joe's one. Important. Truvani, no other protein but Truvani, people. There is 5 ingredients in here. Pea protein, vanilla powder, pumpkin seed, monk fruit extract, chia seed protein. And this is all organic. go get Truvani. Order it online though, because they'll send you like a free scooper, a free little frother. They'll send you a shaker bottle. It's so nice. Now I'm just making up my egg whites, veggies, and oats, but to give you guys an idea, this is what I've been using for my oats. So 1 pack of these, supplement with these because I haven't been getting in enough carbs, and that's the way to do it. I like doing it that way because if you put, say, like 3 packets of this, you're probably gonna go over, but you can add a certain amount of grams of regular oats to your package of oats to get the perfect amount of carbs. And then every morning, as you can see over here, I have 1, 2, 3. I take pills at meal 1, meal 2, meal 3, meal 5, and nighttime. So I've got 6 little compartments there for all my pills. I'm not one of those that makes my pills well in advance, like on the weekends. I don't have time for that, but I do make them every single morning because it's one way for me to kind of like stay on top of my supplements and make sure I'm getting everything in that I need. Up next, so I just made my oats. That's what's sitting here. And my egg whites are over here. I've got 5 ounces of those. And then I just air fried my veggies. This is so weird. Don't judge me. You don't have to eat it. This is my food. But I like to throw them into my oats. Sweet and savory. So I know it's weird. Bikini competitors, bodybuilders, all of us. Okay, if you are not one, humor me. If you are one, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We do some weird, we come up with the weirdest food combinations. Like, I don't understand it. I'll never understand it. I don't try to understand it. Where is I gotta put some salt in this. I never put that in the dishwasher. Shame on me. But I add a 1/4 teaspoon of pink salt. I do track all of my sodium and I put it into my MyFitnessPal. And by tracking sodium, like a lot of you guys might track most of you probably don't track your sodium, but a lot of you guys will probably track like your pink salt, but what you won't track is like seasonings and sauces, and that's sodium too. So track it. Then I flip my eggs, wait for that to be done, and then I'm going to take my eggs with kitchen shears and drop them in there. So you guys will see today, I actually do that morning drink with the aloe and the apple cider vinegar twice a day. Apple cider vinegar is really, really good for many, many things, but one of them being gut health and digestion. If you find that it burns really, really bad when it goes down, don't do it. Don't use it. But that's like we need to add some pancreatic enzymes in that case, which I take those too. But that's why it doesn't burn me, because it used to burn me when it went down. But don't force it. It's a sign that your body is actually not going to respond well to it. So I do apple cider vinegar. The aloe vera juice, once again, really, really good for your gut lining and keeping the lining of your gut healthy and strong. When a lot of girls are struggling with bloating and it's like not really, you can't really pinpoint what's causing it. Like if it's a food, if it's, if you feel like you've got a lot of food restrictions and like you can't eat anything without bloating, your gut lining is probably weakened, which means that your gut is, if you think of like a chain link fence, it's like this. And we want those chain links to be nice and tight. But sometimes over time, whether you're prolonged use of, antibiotics, doxycycline for acne, stress, eating disorders, things like that, the junctions can loosen like this, autoimmune disorders, and then bacteria comes out, which causes the bloat. So drinking aloe is not going to cure-all, fix that. You got to go through a little bit of a gut protocol to do that, but it helps, okay? So we've got our egg whites and our oats in here and our salt. Then I do a little mixy. And I'm going to go write in my 5-minute gratitude journal while I eat this. And then I do add about 16 grams of this almond butter once I eat some of it down. But this is the creamy cinnamon one. They used to make a vanilla that I liked a lot better. But I will say the consistency of it is what I love. Like, you open it up and it's always like this. You never have to mix it. It truly is already mixed, and I love the flavor. It's incredible. It's not the cleanest one, I'm not gonna lie, but usually I'll alternate between that and the RX almond butters. I get the vanilla one there too. It's a lot cleaner. I support that brand a lot more, but it's a pain in the ass to mix. Okay, last thing, YouTube, coffee. I drink decaf coffee. Yes, I'm still using my Grinch mug every morning. Decaf coffee is always better than doing caffeinated before your first meal. But for you guys doing Coffee Mate, guys, Coffee Mate is like the worst thing in the world that you can possibly have. Like, stop using it. All you need is this milk and some stevia from Trader Joe's. I promise, it's all that you need. I even use that in my espresso. Stevia and cashew milk or almond milk, much better alternative. If you need something like a creamer, I do like the nut pods. Those are pretty good. Ripple milk, incredible, especially if you're pregnant. It's got tons of vitamins and minerals, EPA, DHA, and it's got a little bit of protein in it. Pacific Farms makes a really good almond milk. That's a fortified nut milk. There's another brand, but navigate away from that Coffee Mate. It's not good for you. Hey YouTube, we're back from the gym. We just trained back. I don't know what that was. Don't judge me. But I'm eating my post-workout meal. This is, I'm gonna pull one of these out so you can see them. This is a Japanese sweet potato. They're like white and purple on the outside to give you an idea of what they look like. Look at this sweet potato. I like them long and skinny. That's what she said. Because I can slice them easier for my air fryer. So I can also, I can also use it as a baseball bat, as a weapon. If anybody comes in, I can, got my yam. I don't think that's a yam, but now it has to go in the fridge because I just broke it, being a juvenile. Okay, so in here we've got green onion, broccoli, cauliflower, you know, the jam, not too many veggies, but 85 grams total. 150 grams of Japanese sweet potato, everything is air fried. 3 ounces of Trader Joe's grilled chicken and coconut oil, that's what that is. And I like to get it like melted enough that it mixes, but not too melty to where it's soupy. Now this is the chicken I've been using. I like it. It's got 200 milligrams of sodium in it, okay? It's just grilled chicken breast. There's like no fat on it, 110 calories, 3 ounces, cooked. I buy 2 of these each week. Bada bing, bada boom. I get a lot of questions though, especially from clients about pre and post workout meals. Now, this is not like a hard and fast rule, okay? But I have a lot of athletes who will say, I don't like to eat with a full stomach. That's fine. Maybe we need to think about what foods we're choosing, right? A lot of times we think about breakfast foods, we think about omelets and waffle or omelets and oatmeal and cream of rice. These are heavier. So I get that it may feel like you're consuming a lot of food. My solution there, let's swap it out. Let's do a half of a Dave's Killer bagel with some honey. High carb, probably the same amount of carbs, if not more than a bowl of oatmeal, but quicker digesting, lower volume, gonna sit easier in your stomach. No one wants to train with a nice full stomach. Sure, I had oatmeal this morning, but I also had about an hour and a half to 2 hours before I actually went to the gym and trained. So those are kind of things to weigh out. That's why it's helpful to work with a coach who can look at what you're eating and optimize that. Because a lot of athletes will say, well, I feel strong in the gym. Yeah, but you've actually never trained in the gym after having a high carb meal. So your strong is very relative, right? You've gotten used to training with empty or depleted glycogen stores. Now, there is a caveat. I will always ask an athlete to please bring like a banana or dried fruit. Dried mangoes, a great source of carbs, to the gym for if they're starting to feel fatigued or tired. Now, let's just say that they're not hungry at all. They don't use their banana. They don't use their dried fruit. The night before, at nighttime, you can have a higher carb dinner, higher carb relative to all your other meals in the day. I like carbohydrates at night because carbs are the precursor to tryptophan, which is going to help you to fall asleep and stay asleep longer. So you'll actually notice an improvement in your REM sleep if you're having a higher carb dinner. But you can also kind of cheat the system, fill up your glycogen stores, make sure that you've got adequate fuel, right? It's like a gas tank. Your gas tank is now full, so when you leave in the morning, you can get to work. It works very similarly. So this isn't saying that you have to have a meal before you train. Sometimes it's about optimizing that meal, or sometimes it's about changing your other meals throughout the day, particularly the one before bed. Now, another caveat or a question that I get a lot is, do you need protein before you train? The answer is sometimes. If you have an hour and a half to 2 hours before you train, go ahead and have some protein. That protein is going to help you to, that's amino acids that your body is using. Amino acids are the building block of muscle, of lean tissue. However, if you're going to train in 30 minutes, don't have protein. Protein is just going to slow the digestion of that meal. And what we need is that meal to be quickly digested. And we need those carbs as a viable fuel source. So if you're consuming stuff, fats or protein, like if you're having a Rice Krispie treat smeared with almond butter before you go train, it's just going to slow the digestion of that. So fats, protein, if you're having that within 30 minutes of going to the gym, opt out of it. Wait to have your protein and your carbs after your training session. I do generally also advise that fats stay low in those pre and post training meals. That way fats are, in your other meals are going to help hold you over, slow the digestion of your meals. But think about it logically, right? Before you go train, you want your food to digest really quickly. You want it ready and available for use. And after you train, same thing. So I do have egg whites in the morning. Why do I have the egg whites? Well, because I have ample amount of time before my pre-training meal and my actual training session. So that's my little tidbit or tip there. If you are going to train within like 30 minutes, a really good little meal could be, 2 or 3 rice cakes, some banana, some honey drizzled on top. Take that, go train, get done with your training session and have a complete meal. Something high carb, something high protein, like the Trader Joe's pulled chicken stuffed in a sweet potato. Delish, bada bing, bada boom. Update, we got more food. Yeah. We got 5 more grams of fat. I'm now at 80 grams of fat. And we got 20 more grams of carbs. So I'm at, actually I think I got 10 more grams of fat. What did I say? I think I was at 75. So I'm at 80. And my carbs are now at 240. So I just made lunch. I like to make my lunch like in between my check-ins. So I'll do a check-in and air fry my shrimp, come back, air fry my veggies. The air fryer is my best friend, my boyfriend, if you will. So here we have rice, 150 grams, excuse my hair. We have 4 ounces of air fried. Let me show you my shrimp. If you're new to this channel, you haven't seen it yet. If you're not new to this channel, you've already seen it. This Trader Joe's red Argentinian shrimp, it's so good. And then I've got literally 16 grams of coconut oil. One thing you're gonna notice about me is when I get macro increases, I'm not increasing, and this is true. I had a conversation with a friend about this today, even in my off season, is I'm not going to be increasing like junk food. For example, I don't even eat like Thomas English muffins. I don't eat like pre-made frozen waffles. And if you're in an off season, yeah, some of those things in moderation is fine. But if you're wondering like why you look watery, why you look fluffier when you've got all this food and you're filling it with all these processed things, that's why. This, in the same vein, it makes it a lot easier when food has to come down when you're keeping it consistent. Like 90%, 99, with the exception of my creamy, honestly, that's got the 2 Pillsbury cookies, 99% of my diet is coming from the exact same sources of food, and I'm able to simply adjust the amounts of them to fit my new totals. Coconut oil, rice, sweet potato, shrimp, steak, chicken, veggies, oats. Okay. Another thing that's really important and that I do, I never used to do this. I have a spot in my house for work and I have a spot in my house for food. How many of you have not actually like dedicated time, even if it's 20 minutes, today it's going to be 25 because I'm on here chatting, but to literally sitting down and having a moment with your meal. 90% of digestive issues are caused because we're multitasking. You know, you're hungry an hour after you eat. Well, were you multitasking? Your food's not sitting well with you. You're bloated. Well, just food for thought. Like, seriously, I never really prioritized that. And I always wondered why I wasn't in tune with my body and when I was hungry and full. I always wondered why I would eat a meal and then feel bloated. And sure, I had my fair share of functional issues, but I'm not going to sit here and point a finger at everybody and say you have a gut problem. Because most people don't. You know, you hope they don't, but something as small as that, set a designated space aside for your meals where you're not going to be distracted. Spend 15 minutes eating, 20 minutes eating. That meal would probably have taken you 40 or 50 if you were multitasking. So it's not actually taking away any amount of time that you have in your day. It's just devoting a specific limited amount of time to your meal. The other thing, it's 2 o'clock. I don't drink caffeine after 2. I don't care what you say. Coffee doesn't affect me, yada, yada, yada. It affects your sleep. Don't drink it after 2. So here we have my last Nespresso. This is just the coffee. I don't do the espresso, but this is my second one of the day. Same thing here. A little bit of cashew milk, stevia, delish. For the rest of the day, I pretty much just sip on decaf tea. Hello, YouTube. We're back in the kitchen. I just got off the phone with Trader Joe's, so I called them. Toxic trait, leaving cabinets open. And I was like, hey, I was just calling to see if you guys have your liquid stevia in stock. They're like, that's really an in-demand item right now. No, that's not going to be back until February the 3rd. And I was like, it's not an in-demand item. I've just called 600 times and I am the one person who is demanding it. But I digress. It's the afternoon, which means we're drinking some tea. This is my favorite. It's a holiday one, so you can't go get it. But this is the butterscotch caramel. So good. So sweet. So yum. And we're having another meal. So it's time for Cocoa Yo. I haven't been having this in the morning, but it's a coconut cultured probiotic yogurt. I've hooked a lot of you guys on this. It is expensive, but half of a jar is a serving. So I like this for the probiotics and it's tasty. I'm doing the mango flavor. And then I have got my favorite meal of the day, which is pictured here. This is rice. It's 150 grams of rice, 3 grams of coconut oil, 3 measly grams, pink salt, herbs, and then I've air fried some of the tri-colored carrots. Looks like we have a yellow one and an orange one in here today. And then 3 ounces of the organic grass-fed beef sirloin, once again from Trader Joe's. It comes sliced, and I just take kitchen shears and slice it up. But I like having diversity in my meats. And I'm trying to kind of mess around with that in prep right now, because that way I don't get stuck to just fish, which digests really well. But if I'm also digesting chicken and beef, then let's keep it in. You know I love my meats. Hello, YouTube. I changed my clothes. So it's dinner time. It's actually past dinner. Is it 9 o'clock? No, it's 8. Ooh, it's 8 o'clock, thank God. Okay, so I'm making my little cookies for my queenie. We've got our aloe and our lemon juice and our apple cider vinegar. Little pre-dinner bevy. I actually have learned to like it. And we have our base for our dinner, which is 120 grams of white rice. I get the BT basmati pouches. Air fried, this is mahi, and 15 grams of coconut oil. Then I take pink salt, and I'm funky about how I like my pink salt. So I'll do a full teaspoon or quarter teaspoon. Don't do a full teaspoon. Quarter teaspoon on here like so. And I won't put all of it in. So I will then take my air fried veggies. In here we've got delicata squash and zucchini, broccoli, cauliflower. And then I got these mushrooms. YouTube, let me show you these mushrooms. They're specialty shrooms that I got from Publix. And look at these. Where are they? Where'd they go? Oh, mushrooms. I found them, don't worry. They're called Caputo and Guest. And it's a wood-fired pizza mix, although little do they know we're not making pizza. And it's got lion's mane and maitake mushrooms. We love lion's mane. Lion's mane is it's a superfood mushroom. So it's good for your brain. And so I put some lion's mane. Then I take the rest of my salt and I sprinkle it like so on the top. And then I'll play around with some seasoning. So tonight I'm gonna use this Tony Chachiras, salt-free, and just put it on top like so. And there you have it, that's dinner. I probably will have a lot of people asking me like, that's great, but I can't make that. And I know this video is about how I am eating in prep. It's not necessarily meant for you to replicate, but I do like for the people that follow me and watch my videos to be able to replicate what I do. And if you have like a family at home, it might be rather difficult for you to, whoa, someone is blowing me up. Wow, okay, it's my girlfriend, it's okay. If you have a family at home, it might be kind of difficult for you to cook like this. So my suggestion, and what I have a lot of our athletes do, especially those who are cooking for more than one person, is you might notice a trend in my meals. I've got a protein source. I've got I call these singular macronutrient foods. So rice is a singular macronutrient food. It's just carbs. Another example, white potatoes, the baby little roasters, single macronutrient food. It's just carbs. Oatmeal, single macronutrient food, just carbs. Cream of rice, single macronutrient food. You get what I'm getting at. Even with fats, you know, I like to keep my meats lean. Chicken, fish, shrimp, like 96.4 ground beef. And then my fats are coconut oil. Other sources of fats, nut butter, nuts, seeds, other variations of oil, avocado, some dairy sources, right? So if you create meals for your family, for example, let's just say you've got 3 kids and a husband, they're hungry, and you make some crock pot barbecue chicken. That's a lean source of protein, right? Maybe you're using like a paleo barbecue sauce that's got like 15 calories, or if you're into the artificials, the G-Hues or something like that, right? I used to be a victim of that too, but it's okay, whatever. Then, you know, the kids want Hawaiian rolls for their little sliders. Maybe instead of Hawaiian rolls, you're making a sweet potato, and you're stuffing the chicken in the sweet potato, and then now all you need is a fat source. Maybe you're having avocado on the side, or maybe you're gonna have some dark chocolate for dessert. Maybe you're gonna put some coconut oil on your sweet potato, and then maybe some micronutrients, right? So you're not really creating all new meals. The same thing might go for like a spaghetti night. The kids can eat spaghetti. Maybe you're making some crumbled ground turkey and you're making a meat sauce, and then you're adding some pine nuts to it for yourself to get a fat source in. So I like to just compartmentalize my macro sources. That way, especially for those that are cooking for a family, you know, they can have what they want, but you can also create meals out of that if you've got easy fat sources on hand, easy carb sources on hand, easy, you know, lean proteins. And then micronutrients are so easy, guys. Like, I don't get why people don't get their veggies in. God dang it. You can air fry them and they taste so good. All right, I'm done. End rant. I have work to do. Talk to you soon. So I have to say, I'm eating my Ninja Creamy right now. My little vanilla Ninja Creamy. But I put 2 of these. Yeah, it takes all the self-control in the world to only eat 2. Hey, YouTube. Happy Freaky Friday. Thank you guys so much for tuning in this week and for watching this week's video. I hope you guys laughed. I hope you learned something or 2, whether you are a competitor or whether you are a lifestyle athlete. I always like to film these full days of eating. Right now, my diet seems like it's kind of boring, so I'm always a little nervous that you guys are gonna be like, oh, Maddie, we've seen these meals 6 times, but you know, I get new people to my channel. I just killed 20 or 25 minutes on the Stairmaster for you, so you're welcome. No, I'm just kidding, but no, really. I hope that you guys learned something, whether that's about meal timing or easy to digest fat sources. I don't know. Your next Trader Joe's grocery list. Thank you so much, truly from the bottom of my heart, for tuning in and for supporting my channel. I get to meet so many of you guys over on my Instagram page. If you're not already a part of the Instagram fam, go ahead, go to Instagram, type in Madsmichiefitness. Give me a shout if you haven't already, or if you follow me, you know that I hunt you down and I introduce myself and I get to know you, because this community is so freaking incredible. And to hear that you guys spend your cardio with me, or to hear that you guys watch my stuff, is an absolute honor. I'm like, why do I deserve this? But we have some really, really exciting things planned. I actually checked in with my coaches today as well. So I'm going to insert a little coaches update. The update is nothing. The update is we're keeping protocols the same. So fats are staying nice and high at 80 grams. Cardio is staying at nada. Carbs are staying at 240. Protein, I think, is at 140 right now. So upwards of 2,200 calories. We're not complaining about that. Got in some really solid training sessions this week. Got my massage yesterday, so I'm all nice and refreshed. And we are working with some really awesome women. This has been a big month for us as we've onboarded an assistant coach, Miss Shelby Reed. So if you guys don't know her yet, she is the Fit Esthetician over on Instagram, and she is our fantastic assistant coach. So we are not only accepting applications to work with myself for lifestyle, functional health, and contest prep athletes, but Shelby is now accepting applications. So you guys can always navigate to the link down below. Click that link to apply for coaching. It's a really short coaching inquiry form, and that will immediately send a ping to my email so we can set up time to chat. Those discovery calls are free, and they are just nothing but absolute fun. We talk for about 45 minutes about your goals, about our team, and about what it could look like to empower your life today. But with that being said, stay tuned for next week's video, y'all, because it's about to get freaky up in here. We're sitting 8 weeks out from my show. If you're not already, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you loved it. Be sure to subscribe so you can hear that pretty voice every single week. Yeah, don't we all want that music to our ears? I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. We have a new week. We're turning the page next week, so we're 1 week closer to this pro debut. Thank you so much, as always, for tuning in. I love you all. Be kind to yourself and love your bodies because you only get one.